Folks, I'm not gonna lie, I've been thinking about this video for a long time, a few months in fact, and for the past few months I've been saving up any mid to high dollar sealed video games that I can possibly find. We've got everything from Wii U to original Xbox to Wii to PlayStation 2. Nothing super vintage like cartridge stuff or anything, unfortunately, but titles that are definitely at least somewhat sought after. And what I'm going to be doing today in this video is giving you a little bit of background on all of these sealed games, how I got them and what I paid, and then we're going to cut immediately to the future when I send these all into WATA to get graded and I get them back from them. I'm able to see what the grades are and we'll be able to find out together what this stack of games might actually be worth relative to what I paid. And if you guys can't already tell, I am super excited about this process. Not only is this something that I've never done on this channel before, it's something I've never done, period. Never taken a sealed game and sent it in for grading. I did it, if you guys recall, earlier this year for a couple of Pokemon cards that I found at a yard sale, but never once for video games. And it will likely be a lengthy process. It will very possibly be months before I get to see these guys again, but I'm gonna take this video now, save the footage, and then whenever I do get these puppies back, I'm gonna post the whole thing. And you guys just get to come along for this entire process together. Hopefully we'll learn something together. And without further ado, let's get into how I got my hands on some of these sealed games. So the first one up that we have is Super Mario Galaxy 2 on the Wii. Now, this one I'm not super certain about, to be honest, because it is the Nintendo Selects version. It is a very highly sought after title though, being a main series Mario game. And there were not very many listed, if any, if I'm remembering correctly, on eBay in graded condition. Okay, yeah, so the only two listed right now that are graded from WATA are both graded a 9.4 and they're listed at the $900+ range, but neither of them are the Nintendo Selects version. So I would guess this one's probably going to be a little bit less. My buy cost on this was really solid. I was trolling around Mercari looking for sealed games. I found one listing for like 58 bucks, sent an offer of $50, and the guy reached out to me. He said, "Is this the real Phoenix resale?" So apparently he had been a viewer of the channel, and he said, "Hey, if you respond to my most recent comment on my video so that I know it's you, then I'll give it to you, this and another Mario Odyssey regular game that wasn't sealed for 30 bucks. So just like a huge discount, much more than I was asking for. So that was very generous. Thank you, Joppy, if you are watching this, for this deal. This guy's gonna go in to get graded. I have no idea, because I have $30, well, technically more like maybe around $20 or $25 into this game. I'm almost certain I'm not going to be losing money, but I really have no idea how much value a grade is going to add to the sealed game. So this one is a little bit of a question mark. Up next, we have this entire stack here of mostly vintage gold that came, believe it or not, from the same video game store. They're all sealed, and I got pretty decent deals on all of them. This is another similar situation to the Mario. This is the Player's Choice edition of Resident Evil 4. I picked this up for like $54. I know that the solds on eBay for this version go for around 90 or so in sealed condition. And so I'm gonna send this one in. The seal looks really nice and everything. I didn't see any breaks or tears, and that's something that is the case on all of these copies that I am going to be sending in. I don't want anything that I can visibly see is not sealed going in to get graded. And this one's actually interesting because it does have a sold listing for the Player's Choice version, $367 for a 9.6, so a really solid grade on that one. I would guess this one will probably be in a similar neighborhood, and I think I'm gonna have to pay around $80 or so a piece to get these guys graded because the services are just so backed up right now, and the prices are a little bit jacked up as well. So that's what we're looking at for this guy. Paid $54, potential return of maybe 300 plus, I would say. But yeah, either way, a lot of my mentality with all of these games is, even if it's not guaranteed that I'm going to make a better return than I would just selling them as sealed on eBay, I'm using it very much as a learning experience, because the knowledge that I gain from grading all of these games and looking at values and selling them online is just going to be really valuable and helpful to me as I'm finding sealed games going forward. So that's part of my mentality with all of this. This was a really solid find. $20 for the Lord of the Rings Two Towers sealed on PlayStation 2. This game, I'm not sure, honestly. I may have to go back here and try to remove this little security device. I actually did that on 2 of these other games with just a hair dryer and being very gentle with it, pulling it off. So I may end up doing that with this one as well. The only downside was that it did seem to leave a little bit of like warping or maybe a little bit of stretching in the plastic. So we'll have to see if that affects the grading at all. But either way, $20 for this game. This goes sealed on eBay for like in the 80 or 90 range, even just like this. And I don't see any WATA graded listed items or sold for this game. So this one is a little bit of a wild card, but my hopes are high for it. Up next, we have Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition on the Xbox. This was one that I was really happy to find. I think I paid maybe 40 bucks for it. It was either $10 or $40. I can't remember which one it was. The only one listed for this in sealed condition, the American version, is at $97, so I could definitely make some money on this if I wanted to, just selling it like this. None listed or sold in graded condition, which to me is very alluring because it signifies that maybe this is somewhat uncommon in that condition. In unsealed condition, it's really not all that valuable, maybe like 10 bucks or so. But a game this old, I think usually if the seal is nice, it's probably going to be worth grading. But don't take my word for that. We'll have to see at the end once, you know, we get these things back, but definitely an interesting one. Then here we have one of the more expensive ones, Blood Omen 2. This one I believe is selling in sealed condition over $100. I paid $50 for it. Maybe it was like $90 to $100 plus. This is one that I did remove the security little sticker from the back there. And I don't know if you can tell kind of when the light catches it. This is where it was, and there are a little bit more wrinkles there. We'll have to see if that affects the grade or not. And again, it looks like none listed or sold when I search Blood Omen 2 WATA. So your guess is as good as mine on this guy. Then we have not one, but 2 copies of Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. These were 20 bucks a piece. In sealed condition, they go for like 30 to 60. And again, nothing in the graded condition category. Part of the reason I'm so optimistic on a lot of these is that the supply right now for graded games is so low. A lot of them are going for like kind of ridiculous premiums, as we saw with a couple of those early examples. So anyway, that's a part of the rationale behind this as well. Then we have Blood Wake. This is one, I think this was the one actually that I got for $10. In sealed condition, which is kind of crazy. It, I think, goes for like 50 or 60, just like this. So we'll have to see. There were, again, no listings sold or active for this game in graded condition from WATA. And then finally, we have the Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. This one also goes for like 90 plus, I believe, or I think there are a couple sold for 90. That is not good. So this one actually has one sold WATA listing, sold with bids for only $109 on January 23rd. That one was only graded an 8.5, so that probably could have affected what it ended up going for. I also definitely would not sell something like this in an auction. Looks like there is one listed as well with 0 bids at $300, which is also an 8.5. So I'm not really sure what to think of this. I mean, it's safe to say that we're not going to lose value by grading it, but will it actually be worth what I have to pay? Only time will tell. Oh, and I forgot, there was one other game that I got from that stop as well. Minecraft Story Mode Telltale Complete Adventure. The reason that I got this one is I think that Minecraft will be one of those franchises that future generations are going to be very nostalgic for. Not future generations, but this generation when it's older. So this may be one that I grade and hold on to. They are pretty tough to find in sealed condition. They're going for around $80 right now on like, you know, Amazon. But this one was just kind of a gut feeling. I think I paid $25 for it. Yeah, no graded listings to be found on this either, so we'll have to see what happens with it. Up next, we have Super Mario Bros. U and Luigi U. This game, I actually got for $25 at a video game store. It was sealed in the case, but for some reason was only priced at the same level as non-sealed copies, which was kind of a head scratcher for me, but the seal looks great on it. In sealed condition, this goes for like 50 to 70, and again, no sold comps for an actual one graded from WATA. Up next, we've got not one, not two, but 3 copies, sealed copies of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild that I just got at a local Walmart in my area. I found most are actually sold out of this, but I was sort of digging through the bottom compartment of one of their glass cases and managed to find these guys for 33 bucks a piece. Looks like right now they're going for in the neighborhood of $50 a piece just sealed, so I know I was getting a somewhat good deal, and I think that price is only likely to rise. And there is one WATA sold comp on this game from February 28th, and it looks like it went, ooh dang, 9.8 was the grade on that one, so definitely a really pristine seal on that game. But it ended up going for $350 plus shipping. So if I can get these guys to grade in that range, that's definitely a pretty big swing and would definitely be worth it. So I'm excited to see what those come back as. And then finally, the gem of the whole stack, the final one that I am sending in, is my sealed Rhythm Heaven Fever. A lot of you guys probably saw the video where I picked this up for $1 at a pawn shop. One of my better pawn shop finds ever. In sealed condition, this game goes for like $140, $150, but it's pretty darn uncommon to find sealed, and so obviously there are no sold or listed comps for this game on eBay that I could look at to understand what it might be worth in graded condition, but I was really happy looking at the seal. It just seemed like, despite being on a pawn shop shelf, it had been fairly well preserved, so also stoked to see what this guy comes back as. And yeah, folks, that is the history of this beautiful stack of sealed games right here. All that's left to do now is actually send these puppies in and wait. But you guys, luckily, get to skip that entire process, so let's just cut to me receiving the package right now. Well, folks, the day has finally come. A solid 2 months after I filmed the initial portion of this video, my return to WATA games are here. Oh my gosh, people, the anticipation for these packages has been absolutely killing me. The worst part of it was they sent me an email like halfway through, about a month in, saying, hey, your games are graded. Here are your grades, and I could have opened it up and seen what grades I got on this stuff, but I didn't do it. I didn't do it for you guys because I wanted you to get my live reactions to what the heck kind of grades we got on these games. Whew, boy, this is a big moment. Lots of value packed in these boxes here. I actually, as I'm opening this, I sent them a message about like maybe 6 weeks in or so, just asking, hey, I saw that these have been graded for a while, but I didn't see any shipment confirmation. Just wanted to check in and make sure everything's okay. And they did end up getting back to me around a week later or so, saying that apparently because of like out of whack supply chain stuff, they weren't able to get a hold of one of the crucial components of the plastic casings that they use for a while, so they got really backed up. Eventually they did get a shipment of them in, and they were able to go back to actually encasing all the graded games like normal. So I think that was why it took a little bit longer than usual. It was supposed to be about a month. Okay, so it looks like in this box, I'm not gonna look, but we only have 2 of the games in this. I actually don't know. Over the course of the last couple months, I've sent in a total of 3 different shipments to WATA. I believe this is probably just the first one that I did show to you guys. I don't know when the VGA ones are coming back, so that probably won't be a part of this video. It will be a part of a future video later on the channel. So definitely subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified whenever I, am able to unbox those ones. But without further ado, let's get into this my first ever WATA graded game unboxing on this channel. Never held one of these in my hands before. Here we go. Okay, it is the Mario and Luigi, and we got, nice, oh, fantastic, a 9.6 A++ Super Mario Bros. U and Super Luigi U. That is fantastic. I don't know, I mean, you really can't expect any better on that. especially since I believe I got this at a video game store for, I think like 27 bucks or something like that. An absolute steal. Paid about 100 to get it graded, and look at that, 9.6 A++. Let's go. So I'm trying to look at some sold comps here, and it looks like the only one I can find is a new Super Luigi U only. Not sure how the value of that compares to this one, but that's sold with 35 bids. That one was graded a 9.4 A+, so definitely not in as pristine condition as this one, and that went for $475, so I'm really optimistic for the value of this game here. Wow, what a great way to start off this unboxing. Okay, number 2, looks like, all right, Zelda Breath of the Wild. I think I sent in a few of these, and let's see what we got. Okay, this one is an A+, also 9.6, so not quite as pristine as the first one. I bought this one on clearance from Walmart. I think it was like 33 or something like that. Oh, and look, this one even has a little WATA sticker in it, which I definitely will be using on one of my bottles around here. But yeah, 9.6 A+, really happy about that. Ooh, this is really promising, folks. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild WATA, 9.4 A+, so slightly worse condition than this one here, sold for $983, and I've got like 130 or so invested in this puppy, so I have a really good feeling about the ROI that we're going to see on this. Wow, fantastic start. All right, now we're gonna be getting into the big boy. It feels like there are quite a few graded games in here, and I could not be more excited. You guys can probably tell. All right, we'll give you guys a look as I'm seeing it as well. I kind of forgot how many games we sent in the first batch. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, this looks really good. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games still to go in this unboxing. Wow, this video is going to be killer. I really hope this gets some solid exposure. Okay, first one, covering it up. We've got the sealed Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition on the original Xbox. It got a, okay, 9.6 A+. I am really happy about that. I couldn't tell you what the difference is between an A+ seal and an A++ seal. It also has a little asterisk here that says no country E10+ rating. I don't know if that means there are probably variants that do have a country and maybe a different rating. I'm not really sure. And this is one that I'm just not seeing any sold or listed comps for, so this one, in terms of value, kind of a question mark. All right, next one. To be honest, I took a peek at one of the grades already. This is Oddworld Stranger's Wrath on the Xbox. Also, 9.6 A+. That is what we like to see. Again, no comps on this, so your guess is as good as mine in terms of value. Next one up. So the first way that I'm going to be trying to sell these is probably through like collectors Facebook groups, so I can avoid fees. If any of you guys are interested in them, you are welcome to reach out, although I would guess by the time this video does air, most of them probably will be sold. Okay, next up. Ooh, nice! First 9.8 on Lord of the Rings and the Two Towers. I cannot believe that grade. The seal is graded an A+, and this is one of the ones that we did have to remove the security device from the back with like a heat gun and some Goo Gone and stuff, and you can even still see some of the wrinkles. We got the hang tab still back there and everything. I'm really surprised this graded so pristine. 9.8, holy cow. And an A+ on that seal is absolutely fantastic. It's black label. I don't know if there was a red label of this or not, but wow, that is an amazing grade. Okay, next one here is, okay, Blood Wake on the Xbox. This is one, I don't know if I actually should have gotten this graded or not. Who knows how it'll actually help the value. I don't think there are any comps on this one either. It is, all right, another 9.6 A+, sweet. On this one, I am noticing, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's a little bit of like scuffing on the inside of the plastic of the case. That's a little bit disappointing, to be honest. That's not on the actual seal of the game, but definitely kind of detracts from the overall aesthetic of this presentation, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but I guess if I could pick one game for that to happen on, it'd probably be this one, so can't complain too much, I guess. Oh, okay, this is an interesting one. The Nintendo Select Mario Galaxy 2 got a, okay, this is the worst one so far, 9.4, still A+ seal. I mean, to my untrained eye, this looks pretty pristine. So this one in sold and listed, I'm not seeing a graded Nintendo Selects version of Galaxy 2, but this one that's not Nintendo Select sold for $820 with 43 bids, and that was an A+ 9.4 as well. So I will be interested to see how the value stacks up on that. Either way, still very happy with that grade. Okay, next one, we've got another one of the Wii U Breath of the Wilds. This one is again, 9.6, A+. All right, so this one value-wise is a little bit of a wild card as well. This is Minecraft Story Mode, The Complete Adventures on Xbox 360. The grade is, oh, yes! 9.8 A++. I can't believe that. I think I got this for super cheap. I'm almost sure under $20 at a video game store. No WATA comps on this whatsoever. I honestly have no idea what the value will really be, but that grade definitely will not hurt. Really cool to see that we got one 9.8 A++. Does it go higher than that? I don't know if they give out 10s or not. Either way, that is exceptional. Ooh, this one I'm really interested in. The Wii Rhythm Heaven Fever that we found for $1 at a pawn shop in brand new sealed condition got a grade of 9.4 A+. Definitely not gonna complain about that one since it was sitting on a filthy pawn shop shelf. But this one I have a very good feeling about value-wise. This is definitely a cult favorite, and just in sealed condition, it's worth around 150 bucks. So graded to the right collector, I can only imagine what this might go for. I don't think I'm gonna have any luck finding comps for this bad boy. All right, the third and final Breath of the Wild grade here, we got a 9.4 A+. So I think 9.6 A+ was the best that we were able to do on these, which it is kind of surprising that some of the ones that I pulled off Walmart shelves are not grading quite as high as some of the ones that I got on video game store shelves. Just shows a little bit of my ignorance when it comes to the actual grading process. Up next, we've got the Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. This one I also got at a video game store, the same one that I got some of those other sealed Xbox games. This one graded a 9.6 A+. Definitely am gonna take that. All right, here we have the only, was it the only one? I don't know. There might have been one other one, but we got the Player's Choice Resident Evil on GameCube. This one got all right, another 9.6 A+. So this is another one that in sealed condition, this version recently sold for 160 bucks. So I guess you can come to your own speculations on, speculative conclusions on what I might be able to get for it in 9.6 condition. Then finally, the last one of the box, we have, the other Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. This one got a 9.6 A condition seal, so this is definitely the worst seal grade that we've gotten, but hey, none below A, so I'll definitely take that. I'm really not sure what it was that knocked it down just a bit, but either way, still very happy with a 9.6 A. So weirdly enough, Minecraft Story Mode came back as the most pristine condition game of this whole lot. Also, close runner-up, Lord of the Rings Black Label 2 Towers on the PS2. I am really excited to get this stuff photographed and listed and hopefully sold in the near future. I will do some sort of an update video on what I have been able to get for the graded WATA games. But until that happens, I appreciate every one of you guys that made it this far in this video. I can only imagine it's probably like gonna be 20 plus, maybe 30 minutes. So really appreciate you guys. Let me know in the comments if you did make it this far. And until next time, I will catch you all. Are you guys ready for this? This is the best condition one. Here we go. Highest stakes flip yet on this channel. On the flip.